Yo, Trader Cases here. Welcome to the Crypto Market Inspection, 28th of January 2025. So let's just jump straight into it. Uh, we got a range here, and currently price has been playing the previous Monday range. All right, you got previous Monday high and you got previous Monday low. All right, and the red line here, this is 0 0.5, is the mid range of the range from here. This is our range low up to our range high. Okay, so in the past couple days, I've been talking about that we were going to sweep this liquidity below here. And what did price do? Well, it did exactly as I mentioned. Let me go on a fresh chart here. Let's use this one. Okay, let's see. So from a very, very simple perspective, right? If you look at like where liquidity lies, let me just remove this. We were we were here, right? How would you play this, right? Well, uh, price took out this high, okay? Price took out this high. Now, would you want to go for this high right away? To be honest, no. Not in my opinion. The price hasn't made a single lower, higher, like clean higher low, and you kind of need that before going higher here. From like we rallied up here to here, and then we have a little pullback and then higher. I think it's going to give us a little more. We need more liquidity to go higher. All right. So price took out this low. Uh, as we see, how do you go one by one like this? We were waiting on this for a couple of days. Okay, that wasn't the cleanest, but yeah, price took out this liquidity. Now, next liquidity is this, right? The new all-time high, which is the previous Monday high. Okay, so from a really simple perspective, you got the pre-Monday low. This is the previous Monday low. Clean range here, very clean. And you got the pre-Monday high. This was the Trump inauguration, so you can call it the Trump inauguration range if you want to. But yeah, price swept our lower time frame range low, and now I just want to add the other range we have here, which is a little high time frame, this one. So the sweep of the previous Monday low lines up exactly at the mid level, right? We took liquidity on the range low, and we did that exact opposite, like the exact same on the range high. And now we're doing the exact same thing at the mid level, which is a valid trade zone, despite do we want to do our business mostly in this region and in this region. This is valid too, right? You have to like put all the confluences together, and yeah, it's valid. Okay, so let's go a little more lower time frame here, and let me actually make. I'm gonna put these in green, I think. Yeah, let's put them in. Oh, let's put them in green. Hopefully we can see them now. Let's go on the 4 hour, okay? So we are here. As I talked about in the last video, there were major liquidity below here, which I represent by this X. And what did price do? Well, we swept this liquidity, okay? If you go on the heat map here, you see we swept almost 100 million liquidity. There was also some news about DeepSeek AI making the whole stock market and etc. fall like plenty, right? There was billions, almost a billion in liquidations, I believe, or 1 trillion or some shit. I don't know. I read it on Watch Guru on Twitter. But major liquidity event happened, right? Mostly because of the stock market, but here too, right? This was in Asia, and then we just sold in Asia and into whatever time this was. But we stepped major liquidity. This new liquidity you see below here is people longing here, right? Longing here, longing, putting their stops below here because if they go lower, they're gonna go for more liquidity, which is more down here. But yeah, next liquidity area or zone for target is 107, 378. There's 83.24 liquidation leverage in there. Probably even more on some other exchanges too. If you go a little high time frame here. Yeah, liquidity on both sides, but in my opinion, we're not going to go for this yet. I think it's a little less irrelevant. But yeah, looks like there's a little more liquidity to the upside here. Um, but yeah, we're next strong liquidity, I believe, as you see here on the weekly at least. Looks to be this level here at a yeah 107k. So let's go back to the chart. How can we look for a setup now? Well, we swapped this liquidity, we deviated. Also, one more thing, we actually tagged this H1 demand that I had here. If you dig a little deeper in the charts, this held extremely nice, okay? H1, like so. Let's go to H4 again. So this held. Now, what do we have here? Well, we do have a H4 order block resting on top of the previous Monday low, and actually didn't close below, yeah, it didn't close below, which is great. So now what we can do is we can draw out a box like so. It's a really big order block, but it is what it is, I guess. Let's put this here, okay. And how can we look for a trigger in here? Well, it's fairly simple. Um, you could, in all honesty, there's a little wick here above the order block. You could just get a simple entry, 101k here. Have manual stops below these closes here. I would say like a H for closure below these lows, right? That would invalidate the structure and the low time frame structure to the upside that we have at the moment. And you could target the next Monday high, in my opinion, 3.64R. To look something like this, right? Don't get scared down here. Play your trade, plan the trade, and trade the plan, and all of that, right? But in my opinion, this will be a little more risky due to that. Like, okay, we want to do our business at the extremity, but is this a bit too high to consider an extremity, right? Is it close to the mid range, my entry? So, to be honest, let's go a little more time frame, lower time frame here. Now, if we remove this H4 order block, there is some inefficiency here. You could call this a H1 for value gap. I don't really like fair value gaps that much, but I still trade them sometimes. Let's go to M15. So yeah, we could potentially see a trigger of something like, let's say this. You want to see like potentially this red line here could get tapped. So the best setup in my opinion here is not placing too many limits here. I mean, you can if you have your stops below here, of course, but wait for this level, right? Between this level to get tapped, right? If you start seeing volume start kicking in, um, short is getting absorbed, right? Um, lower time frame break of structure. You can scalp along this, in my opinion, up to this supply here, which is untapped, and you have this as your drawn liquidity. Tap here, and then we reject, or maybe even flip it and go straight to the Monday high. So that can happen too. Give me 1 second. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking for on BTC, but in general, very, very simple. You, as I mean, you have the inefficiency inside of this H4 order block. So what do you want to see? Well, you just want to see this H4 order block hold, in my opinion. You do have the stocks coming out in at the highs now, so a little like more choppiness. I wait for these to reset at the lows, potentially even like 2 days or 3 days. We have news tomorrow, so careful on leverage, I guess. But once the daily stock starts coming into the lows here and shifting to the upside, somewhere in this region here, uh, it will be a good long, and I will definitely long heavily into the Monday high. So yeah, looking for this. All right, maybe one more tap below here. That's my trigger. Stops below, target the Monday high. All right, let's go over to Ethereum here. Which chart was it? These are the same. Okay, yeah, can use this one. As you guys know, I just want to show real quick. I am long. We're a bit in profit here. Um, I did long here, almost at the 50% week of this, and yeah, we have had no daily closures below this level yet, so it's looking good still. You want to see this level hold. In confluence with FBTC, you know, got FBTC at the range lows, maybe one last dip, but I'm still gonna hodl this. But yeah, which let's use the new one, the new chart. Oh yeah, it was this one. Okay, well, this range is so goddamn clean. I honestly just can't. Like, it's too nice to look at, right? You got your range low, range low, range high. Tiny stop run, right? Punches lower, takes liquidity, chops the mid level. Major liquidity below here, swept. Are we forming an inverse head and shoulders here? Maybe, perhaps. Huge trend line coming down from the highs here. Potentially a break out of this soon in confluence with FBTC. Remember the last chart I showed? FBTC at the range lows. You do not want to be fading Ethereum at the moment. Let's draw mid level here too. Right, mid level is respected extremely well. This entire gray box area. And yesterday, price respected the range low extremely well too. Right, 317.80. Might have even tapped it on some other exchanges, right? But it basically taps exactly on the range low after the major lick sweep, right? So it's, I mean, it's showing that we still have strength in the market, in my opinion, despite all the hate Ethereum is getting. I'm gonna take a look at the weekly stocks here. Weekly stocks, looking like it's the selling momentum, right, from here to here was pretty heavily, but now it's kind of like slowing off a bit, right? So getting people might be getting into position here for a potential double top on the stocks, or it could just go lower too. In my opinion, that would be the best instead of reversing from here. I believe that they maybe will go at the lows first, so a bit more chop here, and then we full on like bull run it in February. Um, I think it's quite important too that price has swept into this. Well, I can't really draw here because I'm hiding the drawings, but here to here, monthly inefficiency, right? And we tagged it again. Um, we tagged it again, and we're kind of feeling it, right? So you want to see a monthly close at least above the above 3101, right? And we close in 3 days, so it's getting quite serious at the moment, really soon. But yeah, the market is going to do what it's going to do regardless. But yeah, I think the 3 day, yeah, the 3 daily stocks has been at the lows for a while now, since 23rd of December. So yeah, over a month now it's been at the lows, right? Last time it was at the lows for that long, we got this entire move here to the upside, right? So, right, it's looking quite similar, and we might move fast up like this. In confluence that you got FBTC, this lows, and you have this whole entire SR level on Ethereum. Yeah, in my opinion, things are looking good here. So being in the long on ETH here, I think it's good. Despite we're having news tomorrow, but yeah, I think it will get bought up pretty quickly if we do nuke. In my opinion, the most important thing is that we hold. We have no daily closes or hateful closes below the 2900s. We need to hold this low, right? Because if you look at the market structure here, it's moving like this, right? So could it make a even lower low here? That would send us to this liquidity, right? But this is out of the picture at the moment. In my opinion, most important thing, we hold this low. So we'll make a low hold here. This will be our higher low, and then we'll flip the mid level and do something like this, and just skyrocket even higher than we did on this move right here. So those are my plans at the moment and views of the market. Is there anything that we missed here? I'm not gonna look at the, yeah, yeah. In my opinion, yeah, a potential setup here that I might add on. I might add here. This hateful order block is textbook, right? In confluence with BTC holding its hateful order block. Um, yeah, I mean, you wanna, let's go in the lower time frame here, right? As long as it holds its order block, I think potential low hold here of this low. Take out this into this supply, and then yeah, we go higher. But I think it will be more choppy than this due to the news and the stuff. But well, hopefully we get some good news in the market tomorrow. And yeah, it's pretty simple in general. Have your ranges trade the extremities. We are at the extremities now. So yeah, longing Ethereum is what I'm mostly focused on, and I'll do some scalps on BTC as well. So yeah, looking for this on BTC, and yeah, the same thing on Ethereum. Looking for this this whole area to hold. Yep. All right. Catch you guys in tomorrow's video. Peace.